Howdy, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to Grow Your Gifts. I really love this topic today. It's really fun, I think, to experiment with and to play with. And we're talking about metaphysical causations. I do want to say if you have any reason whatsoever that you have some sort of ailment, please seek medical attention. Go to a doctor, get the tests done. At least you know what you're looking at, and then you can work with um, holistic doctors and healers and other people, a whole team, ideally, if you're able to. But on a serious note, um, my take on this, in my opinion, it's really important to work with the medical system, and the more you know, the better. The more awareness you have, the better. And, they're the experts in their field. So um, I would definitely seek their help. Um, and for me, when it comes to metaphysical causations, it's more about what's possible. What else is possible, and just asking myself that. As far as I know, it's a placebo effect, but hey, isn't that pretty cool in of itself? But what if it's not? As everything is energy. So, from direct experience again, I know nothing about it really, other than what I have used and tried myself and what I've gained my insights from that. So for yesterday, yeah, no video. Wah, wah. Oh well. Timing was a little off. By the time I got into nature, it was 5:30 p.m. and already very dark. uh, just like really dark clouds. It wasn't a good time to do a video in nature. C'est la vie. Just move on. So yeah, I'm gonna go based on a bit of my screenshots and then whatever intuitively comes up. So let's jump right in. Metaphysical causation is the study of the nature of causation, including the relationship between causes and effects. So for me, it just generally, to understand in a nutshell, it's just the law of cause and effect. It's happening all the time, everywhere, all around us, inside us, and outside. Everywhere. So yeah, I think it just really helps to kind of boil it down to what exactly I like to talk about today. And like my understanding of it. And where I learned about it was Louise L. Hay, or Louise Hay. And she was, I believe in 1977 or 78, she was diagnosed with incurable cervical cancer. And from her experience, the conclusion that she came to was mainly the holding on to her resentment from childhood abuse and rape that had contributed to its onset. So that really was a light bulb moment for me. And a lot of people, when I first tell them about this, they say, oh, so I should blame myself? Absolutely not. Like blame, shame, guilt, these are the low frequency energies, I've been talking about. And resentment is one of the lowest. So it's just a byproduct of extreme trauma, right? Just like arrogance can be an amazing shield when you've been through extreme abuse. It shields you from a lot of crap, you know? So maybe you don't we wake up one day and say, oh, I don't like to operate in this mode of arrogance anymore. I don't need it anymore. Maybe you have more tools, you have more healthy ways of approaching life and relationships and stuff. So you slowly gradually find other healthy ways to sort of transform that self-arrogance, that shield that was kicked right in as a your body's natural way of defending you, of protecting you. I don't know, whatever is happening, but that's how I understood it. And you learn to transform that into, perhaps now I can, this is my firefighter, my inner firefighter, or some other archetype that you resonate with. And the reason that was there is because I didn't feel safe. So now my inner firefighter is here to protect me, is here to seek out where are the fires and make sure that there's safety for myself and as much as I can for others involved. So that's just an example. So another thing from the internet, the human body and mind are strongly interconnected and each has influence on the other. Interesting. So Louise L. Hay describes how this connection influences our lives and physical symptoms. Kind of like when you've heard the saying, you are what you eat, just like our thoughts and emotions affect our body, often by creating disease or dis-ease. We've all heard that one. So what she does is she goes right into the emotional root causes, possible emotional root causes, let's say that, because I'm not 100% on like where she got her list, so I won't even talk about that. And she pairs that with self-healing affirmations that can improve the physical symptoms. And I'll give you an example for what I used. I used to have really bad like hip pains, working in the childcare center. Like it was really bad. I'd be like around the infants, and all of a sudden I couldn't move. I was having difficulty breathing because the pain was so bad. It was just like a ping right in my hip. And it happened for years. But I just remember this one time, in the infant room, and all the little 10 infants, all eyes are on you suddenly. And they're all like, oh my God, is Miss Hema okay? And I was like, I just slowly lowered myself to the ground. I'm like, it's okay, I'll be okay. And I just let my coworkers know this will pass, I'll be okay. But it was really, really painful. And even one child like crawls over to me, like kind of sits on my belly. It was so sweet. It's like, oh my gosh. They instantly at that age, like, especially when there's a group of them and we built a relationship together, they're so sweet and they pick up on like, this is not normal. She's not well. So yeah, that was a big thing for me to be like, okay, I know for me internally inside myself, like, yes, there's physical factors, there's always going to be physical factors, but this is something else. This is like stored something. I don't know, but I was drawn to also, with all the other things that I was doing, to also use affirmations and put it on my mirror and mirror work and put it everywhere that I go on a daily basis, so it's easy for me to remember what the affirmation is. So from her list, Louise Hay, so hip carries the body in perfect balance, major trust in moving forward. And hip problems represent fear of going forward in major decisions, nothing to move forward to. And that really resonated with me and rang true for me for what I was experiencing in my journey at the time. So the affirmation for the first one, hip carries the body in perfect balance, major trust in moving forward. The affirmation corresponding to that is, hip hop hooray, there is joy in every day. I am balanced and free. So I didn't start out saying it like that, but because I was doing the affirmation so often, I started connecting my heart and the rest of my, energy centers to the words and what that meant to me, and being, it really helped bring me back to present as well, and just like somehow energetically sift through a lot of things. So the other one, hip problems, fear of going forward in major decisions, nothing to move forward to. The affirmation is, I am in perfect balance. I move forward in life with ease and joy at every age. Pretty cool. So I tried it, I experimented with it, I played with it, and I felt that the affirmation, along with all the other things, eating nutritional food, doing stretches, focusing more on hydration and getting proper sleep and my circadian rhythms, like there's so many factors, right? And that's all there to just help support us, not to be like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this. No, it's just, okay, let me make myself a quick little reminder list, and hopefully this helps. Because pain sucks. Yeah, we don't like it. So the other one was wrist. And there's a lot of repetitive movement. That's me opening and closing a sippy cup, and you gotta have it on tight enough or it's gonna leak. So, oh my God, my wrists were not happy with me. So there was a lot of physical reason for that. But I saw my coworkers weren't having such a major problem that I was having with my wrists. So I was like, maybe there's something here specific to me, specific to my past experiences, and I'm holding something in my wrists energetically as well as the physical reasons. So maybe. So wrist from Louise Hay's list represents movement and ease. And the affirmation corresponding to that is, I handle all my experiences with wisdom, with love, and with ease. So yeah, I could see how even just saying the affirmation for the first time was a hard one with me. I'm like, with wisdom? What kind of wisdom do I have? I never thought of myself as someone with wisdom, especially in my early 20s, and I was acutely aware of my dysfunctional habits. So, and then I was like, with love, I was like, of course I love myself. I'm awesome. And yeah, maybe I had too much confidence. And with ease, so I handle all my experiences with ease. That was clearly not true to me, because I would always rage out and just like triggered constantly on a daily basis, only in my personal life. I would never behave that way in my professional life. In my personal life with those intimate relationships, I felt comfortable enough to let it out. So ease was not a part of my existence for a long time. So that was a really difficult one for me. So when I noticed those pings emotionally, being like, oh, just even saying these words in complete honesty with myself, like, this is difficult for me. There must be something there. So I kept with the affirmation, I handle all my experiences with wisdom, with love, and with ease. So, yeah, I've said it so many times as well with that one. So I really feel like I've tuned into my own true nature in a way. I feel like we all have that essence, and we're all part of that same family in that respect. What is your true nature, right? But we all are like snowflakes, so we have our own unique gifts and passions as well. So let's see, what does this one say? Yeah, she didn't just do affirmations. She also recommended visualization, which I think is really powerful. Like Olympic runners, I heard, would do this, like before, they run. They just sit on their spot in their couch or whatever, close their eyes, connect to their breath, and visualize running the race. Like, that really helps. So if you can do that with something like Olympic training, why can't you do that with yourself? And even visualize the affirmation, or visualize if something's freaking you out. Sometimes, something pops into your head and you're like, oh, that's annoying. Like, I was just taking care of a lot of insects yesterday in the building, and then, I'm like, what? I just keep thinking of freaking roaches. I'm like, I don't want to think of roaches anymore. I get to choose what I want to visualize. So I'm like, all right, whale. Nice, calm, peaceful. One of my favorite animals is a blue whale. So, you get to be in the driver's seat. I think that what I took away from visualization is I get to be in the driver's seat, and all these irritating thoughts or fears or whatever, I don't have to keep ruminating over those over and over again. If it is something from the past that is helpful for me to journal or go see a therapist about, then that's great. Or if it's something that is for the future, that I need to do goals and planning and get clear about my finances, and that's great. These are tools. But for something to just be over and over and over and it's kind of controlling you, I mean, that's no fun. I know that it's no fun. So it is sort of like a way of emptying your cup as well. So affirmations, visualization, nutritional cleansing, could all use that from time to time, and psychotherapy. So within 6 months, she was completely healed of her cancer, which was, like, again, mind-blowing. I mean, I don't know. There's so many factors. Sometimes some things are just written in the stars. I don't know. But it was pretty, like, what? Question mark? So that was back, I think, around the 80s. But for her, she shared her experience and she explained how our beliefs and ideas about ourselves are often the cause of emotional problems and physical maladies, and how by using certain tools we can change our thinking and our lives for the better. So I feel like that really helps bring that home and more clear about it's our beliefs and ideas about ourselves. I mean, nobody really knows those and the honest truth about those except for you, right? So I think it's so important to bring that into conscious awareness. What are my beliefs about myself? What are my ideas about myself? Very lovingly and compassionately and as gently as possible, but also crystal clear, because when you're, like, clear about even the gucky stuff, that's powerful. It's really powerful to be like, oh, I do hate myself, or whatever it is, or oh, I do hate this about myself, or I mean, hate is a strong word. Sometimes you have strong feelings. So I think it's so much more important to bring that up. It's all about your inner truth. And when you get crystal clear about your beliefs and ideas about yourself, it can really help shift everything. So she came out with different material, books and CDs and different things. Something was Love Your Body, positive affirmation treatments for loving and appreciating your body. So that goes on an even deeper level. It's like, okay, now I'm honest with myself about how I really feel, what I believe, what ideas I've been holding on to all this time that I didn't even realize I was. And she goes even deeper past the affirmations, and it's like, love yourself. No, she doesn't say it like that. But it's that important, to learn your own love language, all those fun buzzwords, but it's true. We're all kind of have our own process, our own system. That's my computer talk again, because we are like supercomputers in a way. And when you understand how to lovingly treat yourself and lovingly appreciate your own body, something that no one else can really do for you, because they're not a mind reader. Okay? So don't put that on other people. Don't expect other people to get that. I mean, you can ask them for certain things, but ultimately, so much you can give to yourself, like a, hot oil self-massage, like not hot, but warm sesame oil or castor oil. There's so many different kinds. You find what's right for you. And this one lady, helped me by she just gave an example of her weekly treatment that she would do. And I was like, whoa, that sounds so nice and relaxing. And she would just use warm up her oil and give her self massage, which we have in Ayurveda as well. Practice. It's called Abhyanga or something. And she would put a towel on the bed and then just lie down for like an hour. You know, make sure it's warm enough and everything, but you're just letting the oils soak in. And maybe an hour is too long for you. That's okay. But the point is, it's like a self-love care treatment, whatever resonates with you, and you're giving that to yourself and making it like a weekly practice or monthly practice or whatever. So after she let the oil soak in, you know, then you take a shower and everything. And it just helps everything, like your skin and your, I don't know, there's so many benefits, right? So the next one is she did All Is Well. You know, she co-wrote it and collaborated with a lot of people as well. So All Is Well, heal your body with medicine, affirmations, and intuition. So yeah, there is the medicine factor as well, and using your intuition as well. So it's always like a combination, you know, plant medicine or antidepressants or whatever you feel called to. That, you know, it's a personal choice, but at the same time, like, I would, you know, doctors get into this field for a reason. They are healers, and they have a heart motivation at the end of the day. I mean, you're always going to come across some doctor who's going through something in their life and they, you know, clearly seem to be checked out. But in my experience, most of the time, they're doing it for the right reasons. So it's important to, you know, combine everything together, not just, you know, affirmations on their own. Like, if you're going to keep eating your McDonald's fries, being like, yeah, I'm doing my affirmations, I'm all good. I mean, if you're eating it every day for every meal, is that going to work, really? So there's intuition, your own intelligence, and being honest with yourself, and medicine and food can be your medicine. Oh, so that was her next title for another, I think, co-authored book, Loving Yourself to Great Health, Thoughts and Food, the Ultimate Diet. This is so cool because it's like, oh, we are kind of digesting thoughts all the time, not just food as well. And then, you know, with food, your body's taking the nutrition, releasing the waste. Okay, I won't get too graphic, but it's cool. I think it's cool to think of it in terms of what am I feeding myself mentally and emotionally as well, not just physically and spiritually, of course, but the thoughts that I'm feeding myself. I think it's pretty cool. Another title that's co-authored is Life Loves You, 7 Spiritual Practices to Heal Your Life. What? So, I mean, even if you just look at that at a glance on images or something, what are 7 spiritual practices? And maybe you're doing like 4 of them already. Like, it's just getting that message that life is happening for me, not to me. And, you know, life loves you. And there is like a co-creation happening. And yeah, bad things happen like literally all the time. But there's no escaping that. That's the terrain that we are on, right? But life loves you. Okay? Just know that. Anyway, that's what I know. That's been my experience from doing all these different things. And it's, again, powerful to genuinely, authentically, you know, have that message come home to you in a way. And if not, then if not, you know, because we all need to go on our own journey. So just try to be true to yourself and however you're feeling. It's not about convincing yourself of something that's not true. No, we don't want to do that. Another one is The Bone Broth Secret, a culinary adventure in health, beauty, and longevity. Like, what? I'm vegetarian, so I don't do that. But I see the appeal, and I see why people do that. And I think that's like, there is some magic to bone broth. I mean, you look at all the ancient cultures, and they use every single part of the animal, and you know, if you're gonna, anyway, I think that's pretty cool. bone broth, bone broth secret. um, there's mirror work, 21 days to heal your life. There's something about doing a practice for 21 days in a row, or even 30 days in a row. And mirror work, I've already gone on and on about that. uh, let's see what this one says. Yeah, self-improvement, self-love. What was that? And she passed on at the age of 90. I mean, in 2017. In the 80s, somewhere, they were like, it's incurable. And she lived till 2017, I think. Like, what? So there's so many websites that have the full list. Theafterlife.com. If you just look up Metaphysical Causations list, you'll find so many. EvolveWithin.ca. TheFlowGuy.com. These are really cool names, actually. I like the names these people chose for their website. Kind of like Grow Your Gifts. Awesome names. Yeah, so I'll share one more example. I had really bad teeth pain. And okay, let me tell you. Okay, when I was little, I had so many cavities, so I know what cavities are like. I have way too much experience with cavities, and so it's just different. It was different. So just a couple years ago, I was doing my woofing thing that I've mentioned, and it wasn't just tooth pain or tooth sensitivity, it was like affecting my jaw as well. And I knew it was emotional as well as other stuff, but I was like, okay, when I get back home, because I was staying at someone else's house, I will make sure to go to the dentist, get my x-rays and everything to figure out what this is. So like work alongside them. But internally I was like, I know there's something going on here that's not just, like, I didn't eat any sugar by then. I had maple syrup in my coffee, but I tried to just have 1 cup of coffee a day. It was like a triple, okay? Let's be honest, I love maple syrup. But I really did not feel like sugar was the cause. I didn't have any cookies or any sweets or anything like that. I just, very clean eating, and, if I needed something sweet, I'd have a handful of nuts, and that did it for me. I was like, hey, so no candy, no pop, nothing like that. So I was like, what is this? And I finally found the toothpaste I like, so I knew I was using my favorite toothpaste, and that hadn't changed. My teeth felt stronger and like more resilient than ever because of this amazing toothpaste. It's Ayurvedic thing, so I won't go into details with that, but the pain was so bad, and I was like sleeping in a place that was like Indiana Jones covered in spiders, and I would vacuum a lot all the time. But when you're sleeping and it's in the back of your mind, and you're just like, and I was there for 3 months. And you just think every night about the amount of spiders on you, and like, yes, I was like, I had to take 2 showers a day because I was also, shoveling lots of snow. Like, it was really high snow, which I love to do, and working in the garden, which I love to do, collecting maple syrup, like all these things I love to do. So it was a 2 shower day, which is nice and relaxing. So I don't think there were any spiders actually on me, but it's just in the back of your head that, I have a limit, and there's just so many cobwebs. They don't stop. It was in the countryside. So I was like, maybe that's something, I don't know. But I was also going through a lot in my own personal life. It was a huge change going on. So I really was like, I need help with my teeth, universe or higher self. And I'm looking it up, and I came across this video with a lady, Dorte Redgard. I'm not saying that right. Dorte, first name, last name, Bred, as in dog, Gaard. And all of her videos are in her native language, but she did an interview. I don't know if it was in English or I had it closed captioned in English. It was a while ago. And she also wrote a book about teeth don't lie. But in the video, she was like, I don't know if she was telling a story about someone else or her own mother, but she remembers, like, you know, being held like this and, like, you know, jaw like that, like you need to brush your teeth, like as a child. Like, you can tell that could leave an impact on somebody. Oh my gosh. And the relationship with their teeth was like, what? That was really interesting. And I just wanted to find the screenshot where Louise Hay says what teeth represent. I thought I took a screenshot of it. Where did it go? Well, maybe I didn't. Okay. So, teeth represent something in there. But then I just somehow magically found this teeth reflexology chart, because what Dorte talked about was that all each individual teeth can have, like, a similar to reflexology with your hands and feet, are connected to, you know, your pancreas or your liver or your heart, or like different parts of you. So when I looked at the teeth reflexology chart and the picture, exactly where the tooth pain was and what that could possibly be connected to in terms of my internal organs or my body parts, and then I took that, you know, and I used the Louise Hay list for the very intense tooth pain, and I found the affirmations that went with that part of my body. And I won't go into what that was specifically, but I kept using the affirmations, and then on top of that, I kind of made my own affirmations every time I brush my teeth about, you know, I love you and thank you and you are strong, and just whatever came to mind about generally how do I feel about my teeth, and what would I do if I didn't have teeth, and like all of that stuff. So it just brought me to a whole new level of understanding and healing. For me personally, like it worked, because the tooth pain was gone by the time I got back home after my 3-month stay. So I was practicing it for a long time. It was gone. I was like, what? It's a miracle. How is this even possible? So I thought that was really amazing. And maybe it was just I was giving, you know, more attention to my teeth, and like, so that means like not clenching my jaw and relaxing my face, and, you know, drinking more water, or who knows, right? But I feel like it helped. I feel like metaphysical causations do something, and they're valuable. But I encourage you to find out for yourself and be your own judge of that. And I just wanted to end this video with sort of this new age cult energy I'm not into at all. And I have come across it a lot. And by doing that, I've learned to feel out situations. Like, I recently went to something I thought I would really enjoy, and it was like dancing. I was like, okay, I'm having a great time dancing, but there was this, like, you know, energy. I'm not blaming anybody. It's just like when you're become a leader in sort of a new age community, infiltration can happen, you know, manipulation can happen, like one of us, right? I'm not into that at all. I always want people to be their own person, speak their mind, speak, not like lashing out at anybody. There's a difference, I think, between having friends and that, getting completely entangled in other people's like thing, you know? Um, so I think there's a way to have a healthy, relationship with clubs or social circles or whatever you want to call it. There's a huge difference, and there's a healthy way and there's unhealthy way, easy way and a hard way. So yeah, I just want everyone to be very, very, very weary about. It doesn't matter if it's like, oh, we're here to help you, and oh, this is great for you. Like, even if it's just a book that you're reading, like, always have your shields up and try to say, how is this affecting me? Is this really helping me? Like, always question um, people's motives. What are your motives? What are your intentions? Uh, and for me, I gotten to the point where I could feel it in my body. I was like, I feel my body is like, we not comfortable. I'm feeling uncomfortable in my body right now, like at that event. So that's what I was like, yeah, be prepared to leave anytime if you're not comfortable. I mean, you do what you got to do. So I did leave early, but that was also because I had to catch the train before it was too late. And I had fun, but I wouldn't go back. So it's like one of those things. So nothing too dramatic. It was just trial and error, just ongoing trial and error. I think it's good to have a sense of community for sure and have a good friend base as much as you can. But is it really worth it if you're being taken advantage of or things like that? So I think it's really important to uh, protect your energy as much as you can. Sometimes you have to go through things, you never saw it coming, and that's just part of the journey. But if you can, it's like see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Yeah, great. But have your eyes open, have your ears open, have your heart scanning yourself and other people and other environments so that you don't fall into someone else's trap. I'm not saying people are trying to make a trap or they're trying to be manipulative or they're trying to infiltrate. Usually they think they're the bee's knees and they're like helping and they have the best of intentions. But the next thing you know, you fell into their trap. It's a deeply unconscious thing from their end as a leader in the New Age community or any community for that matter. So, that word sovereignty is thrown around a lot, but it's more about freedom, I think. And your freedom of choice can simply be a choice of, do I want to spend time with these people and how much time do I want to spend with them and how little time and what kind of relationship do I want to build with them and um, things like that. Sometimes it could help just to helping to just be there and transmit and radiate with your silent awareness. You don't even have to engage in the conversations if you're not into what they're talking about, but you can just send that loving energy in terms of we are all one family. I'm not into the divide and conquer game, men against women or this against that, or, it goes on and on and on. It's like all the places I've been to and people I've hung out with, for my experience, we have way more in common than we do that separates us, like way more. And I can always pull on those threads of like, oh, yes, I can relate to that. Or, oh, yes, I know what you mean. And like, sometimes I have no idea. And sometimes I don't agree at all. But I'm not going to make it this big thing of, well, just because you don't agree with me about this one thing, I ain't having it. I ain't talking to you. Like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I don't think so. Like, if you're being abusive or mean or uh, crossed a line, then yes, there is something there to distance myself or, talk to you directly about, or whatever I need to do, I'll do. But if it's just like a difference of opinion, like my opinion has changed so much on one thing over years. So we're always evolving, we're always learning. The point is, try not to get bamboozled, okay? That's my point. There is a toxic cult, uh, can't find the word, society, nature, whatever, going around, and it's everywhere. So just remember, you are the resource. All right, it's all inside you already. All that these videos that I'm sharing with you and all the tools that I've used, to me, I'm just seeing them as gentle reminders of that which you already know deep, deep, deep down inside yourself. So it's nice to get gentle reminders that decrease your pain and suffering. Isn't that nice? There's no need to be like, oh, I'm the biggest fan of, Hay House or whatever. Like, I thank you for your hard work and for the message, with all these teachers. But I don't know you. I really don't know you, so I can't say one way or the other, right? That's what it comes down to. Um, I'm not going to presume or assume all that stuff. So let's wrap it up. I'm signing off, and I wish you well.